to Martin and Roman's Sunday Best.
Yeah, we are back with your Sunday morning serving of guests, gossip and games.
Now with us today is an incredibly talented musician. He's a double Mobile Award-winning rapper, and now he's an author too. We are thrilled to have Guvna B.
Yes. And next to me is my jungle campmate and former England rugby player, is James Haskell. James has got 77 England caps to his name, but we don't really want to talk about that, do we? Because rugby, a little bit boring. What we really want to know, what's it like having Richard and Judy as in-laws?
And our third guest today is coming in from the cloud. It's the comedian who's celebrating the 10th series of the incredibly successful game show Taskmaster. It's Alex Horne.
Now, if you've joined us before, you'll know we also have access to the elusive cloud. Here it is, providing us with content throughout the show. And as always, it's kick-starting with a music question. What was #1 on this day back in 1999? Ooh. So, James, hark your mind back to 1999, your 30th birthday. What was #1?
Because it's great to go on to cut the dream boats and Roman. Yeah. You see what it looks on, but I'll be lying. I don't know, Bewitched.
Bewitched, OK, that's a decent shout. Governor B, what do you reckon?
I was thinking along that line, I'm going to go Steps.
Steps, that's a good
shout. Dad, what do you reckon?
I always have to look back to what I was doing on that year, roughly, you know. And I think, I remember 1999 was the year that I started in EastEnders, and the big record at that time was Britney Spears'
Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Hit Me Baby One More Time, that's the record.
Britney Spears, well, you're very close. Very, very close. Another song that Harley, my sister, knew the dance routine to. It was actually Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera.
If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta let me know.
I still remember it. I still remember it. Christina always said that her biggest influence was actually Whitney Houston. So what I wanted to know, who has been the most influential person in your life? So, James, most influential person that you've ever known?
I think I've got to say my dad, to be honest with you. I think he would give me some sage advice.
Yeah?
One of them being, you can lie to everyone else, but you can't lie to yourself. So
Deep. Very deep.
Very deep. Multi-layered. Funny, but also deep.
No, I like that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Governor B, what about you?
I'm going to go for my mum, actually.
I'm going to be in tears in a minute.
No, it's actually, when I moved out, I realised how hard it was to actually cook a decent meal every night of the week. And, she fed me a lot, treated me like the golden boy. So, big up my mum.
That's nice, that's nice.
Yeah. I've got to say, Mark, your hairdressing inspiration as well to me, mate, because I wish I had a lid like yours. It's unbelievable.
He's looking good.
I don't think you can do a lot with this, but you're looking sharp with that.
Right, what's yours?
My biggest inspiration. Do you want me to go really deep?
Yeah, go on then.
Mum.
Yeah.
Great, isn't she? Great. What parent?
Thanks.
First guest. Our first guest is best known for his brilliant rap music, but now Guvna B has also written a book, has a podcast out. I mean, mate, is there no end to the talent? Welcome to the show.
Cheers for having me, man.
Earlier on this year, you released your album, Everywhere and Nowhere. What was the inspiration behind it?
It was actually inspired by an American photographer that I read about. She was a nanny her whole life, but she took pictures wherever she went, literally hundreds of thousands. And after she passed away, when she was alive, she didn't get any of the pictures developed. When she passed away, the guy that took over her photography studio found her pictures, got them developed, and they were the most amazing images.
Wow.
And she went on to become one of the most famous photographers in the world. And it just got me thinking about how, when she was alive, she probably thought she was doing nothing and nowhere, but now she's everywhere.
What was her name?
Vivian Mayer. And, there's a lot of people that sit in that space, I think.
You know, I think it's the saddest thing that when we always leave it until people pass away before we recognise what they do.
Yeah,
you know?
that was the inspiration behind it, because loads of people feel like maybe they're not where they should be in life. But actually, if you search deep within, everyone's got a bit of purpose and potential. And you just got to appreciate the best of what you can.
And you know, the album cover as well, it's pretty hard. I mean, talk me through it.
It's sick, man. So it's inspired by one of her photos, and the background of the original photo is in kind of this derelict area, but the kids look happy And I feel like we can learn a lot from kids, you know.
Yeah.
Even I've just had a son about a year ago. I get home, he's smiling at me, and I'm just kind of like, why are you smiling? We're in a punk shop. I haven't had a show for about 6
wears
months.
off.
But,
It wears off.
but yeah, I just love the joy in it. No matter what your situation is, there's always something to be grateful for.
Yeah, well, mate, the video definitely makes you feel good as well. These Are the Days, your current single that's out right now.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at you in action.
8 a.m. put the kettle on slide. 1 tea bag, 2 sugars for the wife and cafeteria with Colombia means that's just something for me. And it's like these are the days.
The first time you've danced in a music video?
Yeah, well, I've had a lot of stick from fans because they don't actually believe it's me dancing in the video.
No, that isn't you dancing. That's a dance double, isn't it?
My lawyer said I can't comment on that, but I leave that up to debate.
I beg you, do something now so that you can teach my dad, and my dad's got to do it with you.
Do you know what it is? I haven't got those
No,
trainers.
don't you dare!
And I actually sprained my ankle a couple of weeks ago. But I'm sure you got some moves, man.
No, trust me, no moves. Like, and he won't mind me saying this. My dad has one dance move, and this always comes out. He has his one hand in his pocket like this, right? The toe tapping, and for some reason he puts a peace sign up like that, right? And the peace sign doesn't go like this. It goes like this.
What? Just a static piece then.
So that's what I have to deal with.
He's a nightmare, isn't he?
I feel like that's a dad thing. My dad had the kind of like arm in the pocket, what's that thing?
Mate, I mean, you know, your music's been featured so many different places as well. Michaela Cole's hit BBC drama I May Destroy You. Is it right she's your cousin?
She is my cousin, indeed. And the funny thing about that song is she messaged me about 6 months before the show came out saying, can I use one of your songs? I was like, go on then. She never tells me what she's using it for, so I've texted my mum. Mum, Kayla says she's going to put one of my songs in, tune in. She uses it for the naughtiest scene in the whole drama. It's just awkward. You don't want your mum watching that kind of stuff.
But I'll tell you something, there's nothing wrong with nepotism.
Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? No, listen, there's nothing wrong with using your brother to get into a band. Yeah.
Yeah, you just remember whose name is first on the titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of family drama here,
Yeah,
girl.
but listen, you got your second book out now, haven't you? Unspoken. Just tell me about that. Tell everyone, what's that about?
So in 2017, my dad passed away, which was a big thing for me, not just for 6. And I realised that I had been conditioned to kind of bury my emotions, kind of stereotypical male thing of like internalising stuff, not really talking. And I thought, man, like, I've got a younger brother. I don't want him to feel like he can't talk to anyone. And there's loads of people that I've spoken to, young people, old people, guys especially, that feel like they're isolated. So, yeah, I just wrote a book on toxic masculinity and how actually, if we speak about our issues or situations that we go through, it could be quite a freeing thing.
See, I'm a big believer in that. I think talking about any problem gets it out of your system. That's why I'm a big believer in therapy. You know, which we don't have as much here as they do in the States. But I absolutely love it, and therapy saved my life, just talking about it.
Yeah, well, writing this book was kind of like therapy for me. And about 3 months after he died, I was on tour in America, and I went to Newport Beach in California, and I'd never cried, like maybe about 10 years was the last time I cried, and that was probably because my dad gave me a spanking or something. But I just cried, man, and it felt like the most amazing thing ever, and that kind of started my journey of going to counselling and having a bit of therapy and just expressing my emotions. But it's been a great journey since.
Yeah.
That's amazing, mate. Really, honestly, well done. I think that's a really important thing that you say there.
Yeah.
Now, one other thing that we have to talk about, because you've not only been writing inspirational books or big music, you've also tweeted something that has divided the nation. Now, I just want to point you to a tweet whereby you've said that your wife, your missus, here it is. My wife keeps putting chocolate in the fridge and I find it very offensive. Where do you lot keep your chocolate?
I was absolutely
now,
livid, man.
Just take a look at the winner there.
I can't believe it. I'm flabbergasted. I had no idea that was a thing. I buy chocolate, put it in the cupboard, she moves it to the fridge.
No, James, what are you? In fridge or cupboard?
Fridge, boss.
What? It's fridge!
Straight fridge. Yeah, fridge.
It tastes nasty. It's all hard and cold.
That's what you need. That's beautiful. The crack in your
my
mouth,
God.
the texture. Mate, warm chocolate. Pfft, get away.
You guys are absolute animals, man.
I mean,
don't know
what
where
do
I
you
am right
reckon?
now.
Do you reckon you put it in the fridge or the cupboard?
Never in the fridge.
Cupboard?
It's got to go in the fridge.
Team cupboard.
No, listen, I can't. Anyway, listen. I think we better
Listen,
move on.
Governor B, thank you very much for being here today. And your album, Everywhere and Nowhere, is out now. So your book is available on pre-order as well, right?
Yeah, this is the show where we've just exclusively revealed the front cover. So, yeah.
Wow,
Thank you
amazing.
very much.
Amazing.
Thank you. Right, it is Sunday selfie time, okay, where we find out what you're doing whilst we're on air. So here are some of our favourite shout-outs. Let's go to Chloe from Cambridge, enjoying the show while recovering from a sprained ankle. I mean, look at that. I love the fact that she's actually put the crutches in shot, just so extra sorrow.
Just a real sell-it.
Yeah.
She's probably fine, but sob story always works now.
Yeah.
If you don't go on a reality show and go, oh, someone's dying, you ain't going to win.
Should have given back 2 years ago.
Yeah,
exactly.
If anything, she's thieving from the NHS. Rude.
Let's go to baby Benjamin, watching the show with his mum Alana in Exeter. Very good. Look at the static on the hair.
Do you remember Harley, my daughter Harley, when we used to get on an aeroplane? Her hair used to go up like this massive ball. It was just huge afro.
I love the static on there. It's so good. Although, Alana, if you are watching, please turn your child facing the TV. That way we can count it as another viewer for our show. Thank you so much. And finally, Julie has sent in a picture of Tilly the Labrador. Get this right. Very cute. Watching the show in Glasgow while taking a break from training to be an autism assistance dog for Julie's daughter Sophie. I love that.
Beauty.
Really nice. One of my favourite things is that, well, two things actually. My dad's probably saying something that sent the dog to sleep, and then the second thing is the fact that they've bought the dog's bed, but yet the dog still sits on the sofa.
Classic.
If you want a Sunday selfie shout out, then get in touch. Drop us an email to sundaybest@cactustv.co.uk.
Right, time for a break, but stay with us because we're going to be talking to Alex Horne about one of TV's funniest shows, Taskmaster.
And we're also going to introduce you to Britain's dullest man. But Roman, Martin Kemp's already on the TV, I hear you cry. It's not actually him. We'll find out who it is in a few dull moments. Welcome back to Martin and Roman's Sunday Best.
Now, with us in the studio today, we've got the Mobile Award winner, Governor B, and James Haskell.
Yes, and very shortly, Taskmaster's Alex Horne is virtually dropping by to tell us how he convinces comedians to take part in bizarre challenges for his hilarious game show. It's so good. Now, each week, though, we like to introduce you to a little gold moment that made us smile. Oh, my God, I don't think they're going to play it. I think we've got to go. Okay, enough. Right, now this week... No, don't, because I'm actually really excited about this week, OK? We have found Britain's dullest man. Yes, that is what he has called himself as well. Dad, welcome to the show. Oh, sorry, I had to, I'm just kidding. The dullest man we're talking to actually is amateur photographer Kevin Beresford from Redditch, everyone. Let's hear it for him. Now, Kevin has spent the last 10 years visiting and photographing car parks up and down the UK, from multi-stories to pen displays. And the really good news is he's turned his photos into a calendar for 2021, everyone! Yeah!
Kevin, how you doing, mate? You OK?
I'm doing fine, yeah.
Good.
I'm in isolation, but I've been in isolation most of my life.
Oh, well, listen, we're loving your work, but just tell me why.
There's nothing wrong with being dull. I think dull is the new black these days, yeah? I think artists have always focused on the mundane. You got Tracy Hemmings on Made Bed and the pile of bricks in the Tate Gallery, and even Andy Warhol would just do a picture of a can of soup. Why take photographs of roundabouts car parks? I'm the president of car park.
So listen, how did it all start? When did it begin?
It goes back 10 years, actually. A car park insurance company sent me up to Scotland. I hired a car and drove all the way down to Land's End, checking out all the different car parks. Because there's more times in a car park than there is on the open road. But when I did this project, I gradually got a passion for car parks.
No, you did. No, you did. I mean, Kevin, you do not have a passion for car parks.
He does, Ro, he has.
A car park is like any other building, isn't it? It's a piece of architecture, so you get good ones and you get bad ones.
I like
Well, you have
it.
to remember, during the 60s and 70s, these car parks were built for smaller cars. They weren't used for the big 4x4. So a lot of them now aren't fit for purpose. But you still get some real good gems.
Yeah, I mean, well, Kevin, I mean, let's take a look at some months now. Why don't we do? I mean, Dad, it's your birthday month. It's the current month as well. Let's do October. Oh, you're not going to believe it, Dad. Talbot Road car park in Blackpool. You're not going to believe it.
I'm touched, really.
Do you know what? I really love, Kevin, your descriptions in these. A neat-looking multi-storey car park with a nice, convenient 5-minute stroll to the seafront. Very good. Boasts 558 spaces. Very fancy. James, when's your birthday month?
April.
April. Right, let's see what April is saying.
He's converted me already.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you're going to love this, James. It's only London Road car park in Brighton. Oh. Look at that. Jam-packed. Right. This seaside car park is perfectly situated for accessing shops in the area with over 500 spaces. It's open 24 hours. Funnily enough, so is James. Yeah. It fits into 500 spaces and is open 24 hours. Governor B, when's your birthday?
Let's go to June.
June, right. June. I've got a good feeling about this one.
I'm excited.
Oh. Liverpool will be buzzing about this. Liver Street Q Park. Oh, yeah. A pristine car park in the centre of Liverpool. Do you know what? I think that says a lot about yourself.
Thank
pristine.
You.
There's no cars in it.
No cars in
nicked,
it.
will they?
No.
But you belong to a club, don't you, Britain's Dullest Men?
Yeah. The Dull Men's Club. we like to celebrate the ordinary. That's what we...
What are they into? What
do you do there?
Well, we meet each year for the Anorak of the Year. I won it 2 years ago. It's amazing. You get a drain spotter, a guy that goes around taking photographs of drains.
Kevin, thank you so much for your calendar. We love it, mate. Oh, mate, we absolutely love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Right, it is game time, but as always, we need the judge to decide the winner. So let's welcome back one of our favourite judges. It's only Granny Maureen. Granny Maureen.
How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
You look
Okay,
beautiful.
right, Maureen is here. She's ready to go, and let's play a game called... Let me introduce you. Right, Governor B, James... this is pretty straightforward, OK? The Cloud is going to play the introduction to a song, and the first of us to recognise it, you just have to buzz in.
Cool.
OK? So we need to test your buzzers. So, James, let's hear yours. Very good. Governor B. Dad. And...
OK, let's buzz in with your guesses as quick as you can, and the team with the most correct answers wins, OK? As always, Granny Judge is going to keep score. Granny Maureen, are you ready?
Ready?
You ready?
Right, let's play.
Oh, James.
Is it Lionel Richie? Oh, God. Dance on the Ceiling?
Oh, let's hear it.
Sorry.
It's the other one.
Oh, we missed out on that one.
Yeah, is it Lionel Richie all night long?
No, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Right, let's hear the next one, please.
Oof. Who was that? Was that me?
Come on. No, you did.
No way, bro.
You did. You spent enough time in the studio to know when the sound comes
Are you
first.
serious? I know he's a guest.
Hang on, we're going to have to play. We're going to have to go to the VAR.
Right, hang on. I'm getting the word in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me.
Yeah.
No, apparently you, Governor.
Come on.
Apparently you. Go on then, Governor. What is the answer?
Is it Vanilla Ice? Ice, baby.
Let's take a listen. Run again.
How?
Under pressure.
Under pressure.
How? We got that doon. Right, but that's a sample.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice was the sample.
Should have waited a bit longer.
Yeah, we're both too quick here. Right, OK, so it's still 0-0. Let's go. One more, please. Go on then. Dad.
Play that funky music
Yeah. By who?
by Wild cherry.
Let's take a listen. Very good. Very good.
Oh, well done. Let's take a look at the final scores. Granny Maureen, over to you. Who won?
The winner was Martin.
Yay! Well done. All right. No, listen, James Haskell was undoubtedly one of England's greatest rugby players, and since retiring, he's written all about his incredible career, his life of touring, training, eating and drinking, and just the eating and drinking alone took days on end. It is one of the funniest books that I've never read. James, welcome to the show!
It looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's meant to be a hilarious read. Everyone has read it, said it's great. What gave you the inspiration to do it?
So it's one of those things. I've written a couple of books before on health and fitness, and I probably never thought I deserved to have an autobiography. And you get really, Elton John or Sir Alex Ferguson or whatever write these kind of books. Now you and your lovely wife have got a book out now as well.
Yep.
Is it on sex in it or something like that? A relationship?
Oh, mate, don't even talk.
I knew it was going to
Don't even talk about it.
I'm definitely going to read it.
It's all about how London was born.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all the different positions they make. Stop! Sorry, just saying.
Roman's conception.
Yeah. Listen, I want to read it. Do you know what? I'm going to share it with my good friend Roman numerous times. No, but the book was sort of. I launched a podcast, and so many people kind of interested in the personalities, the stories behind the scenes, the characters, and I got approached to write it, and it was really kind of cathartic. The process, had a lot of fun doing it, and I know sort of the lowest form of wit is laughing at your own kind of jokes, but while I was writing it, listening it back, I was in hysterics, and the feedback from it's been incredible.
Are you going to upset anyone with this book?
Yeah, it's probably upset a few people, but do you know what? We've got a barrister to read through it twice and a lawyer to read through it. But I think when you're in the public eye, and actually I've launched a podcast off with the name and actually got to interview Roman, and one of the subjects we talked about was being in the public eye, and I think a lot of the time you have to hold your tongue and not say things because you don't want to upset people, you want to toe the party line, and we know life's a game of politics. They always say it's not what you know, it's who you know. But this book was an opportunity to kind of share those stories without sounding a bit like Alan Partridge in his fictional book, bouncing back. At the end of every chapter, I said, needless to say, I've had the last laugh, because it wasn't the case. But I've been very honest about 2011, 2015 World Cups, which went horribly wrong. In 2011, we were labelled as the worst English touring side of all time. So I wanted to put a bit of flavour onto why that happened,
But you've just done the audio book as well, haven't you? How'd you get on with that? Because, listen, you were talking about my book earlier. I've just done that as well. And I found it was like therapy.
Yes.
Reading it, it's all right. One thing writing it, but another thing reading it out loud.
Yeah, when I was reading the book, I obviously discovered that I can't read, which was a real prerequisite to what I was doing. So I had to teach myself to read during that period, and yeah, I found it funny. And the guy, it was just me and a producer, because of kind of the mad COVID world we live in, and we were both kind of in hysterics at parts of it, and I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to read it. But I don't like the sound of my own voice. I don't know what you guys are like watching yourselves back on TV, or you listen to yourself. You've got a beautiful voice in singing. Thank you.
Such a sweet thing to say.
But I really did enjoy it, and I think people really find the kind of benefit from listening to me. Great as a sleep aid, but just don't listen to it while you're driving, because accidents have gone up tenfold since people have been listening to it in cars.
I'll tell you what, though, Ro's learning to read now, aren't you? What
Yeah,
you
a
on?
little bit.
Ladybird 4A.
Biff and Chip.
Biff and Chip.
They were sick.
Right, listen, we've got to take a break, but we'll talk more to James when we come back. Plus, we'll take a look at the TV shows that you should be watching this week. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Welcome back to Martin and Roman's Sunday Best.
Mobile Award winner Guvna B is here, and shortly Taskmaster's Alex Horne is dropping in to tell us about the ridiculous challenges in his brilliant new series. It is absolutely hilarious. But before the break, we were talking to James Haskell about his brand new book. Now, James, I was marginally worried, right? Because I went on Twitter, saw you promoting your book, and I saw you post this photo. Sunday Times bestseller. Great accolade.
Guilty.
Great accolade. Really, really nice, right? But promo rule number one, don't leave yourself open with a big old whiteboard, because we also found one of the other images that you were going to post, which was this one. I haven't even read it. So I thought, why not give you your next bit of inspiration. So I wrote a little bit of one up for you. OK, so take a look at this. So we went with, I love Martin and Roman's Sunday Best. It's the best show I've ever seen and would recommend it to everyone I ever met because it really made me laugh, cry and have even more respect for that kid I was in the jungle with that came third, but most probably should have won.
Because I really like your dad, I'll post it.
Mate, but listen, you weren't just content with writing a book about rugby. You've also got a new rugby-based podcast as well. It's with the same team that you've had. You're with Mike Tyndall as well. I mean, let's take a look at you and the guys. I mean, this is the most stereotypical picture of rugby I've ever seen.
It could have been worse, though. We could have been wearing red cords, boat shoes, a blazer.
Yeah. I mean, how much do you love doing that podcast with the guys?
Look, the podcast, the good, the bad, and the rugby's kind of gone, blown up more than we could ever thought. When I first got asked to do it, I wasn't sure about doing it. It was a big commitment while I was still playing, and it's now kind of just, gone out of all proportion. And I think it's because it's not sanitised. I think it's because, we know having an opinion in 2020 is a little bit difficult. Sometimes it goes down well, sometimes it doesn't. And we just want to give people insight and personality. It's not just about rugby. There's so many people out there doing specific sports stuff, and rugby's quite niche. I want to get behind the personalities, the people who play it, because modern sports people are a bit terrified of the media because they don't know what they're going to write, so they clam up. But with the good, the bad, and rugby, we've had some incredible people on there. Eddie Jones on there, who kind of, people never seen him laugh before, which was great. I'm still terrified of him. And we've had so many different players on there who've kind of really revealed what they thought. So it's been brilliant.
Who's your dream guest on there that you haven't had?
Oh, I mean, I want to branch out from people who play sport. I'd love to get Ricky Gervais or The Rock on.
Yeah.
Or Martin Kemp if he's available, but I know budgets are tight.
Any day, I'll come on.
Yeah.
I'll come on.
How have you gone from The Rock to Martin Kemp?
it's such a dreamboat. I just can't get past it.
But you and your wife have been keeping busy anyway.
My wife and I have a very open and kind of fun, not open in that way, just be very clear.
Yeah, be careful.
Very clear. And, we kind of always put things on social media and people bracket us as couple goals, and we're far from couple goals in any way. But we wanted to set up a podcast called Couples Quarantine, which was about kind of talking about the taboos in relationships, dating, things that couples face. Because again, a lot of times we pretend that people don't have, sex and don't do this and don't do that. And we did it off the cuff, and it's basically an organised argument where we talk for 45 minutes, row, and then at the end of it, I agree that she was right all along. Kind of the secret to any kind of marriage, happy wife, happy life. And what's happened is every week we're getting sort of 30 to 40 emails of people coming in and saying, "Oh my God, I didn't realise that. Thank you so much for saying that." I mean, we said some pretty controversial stuff in there, so much so that I know my mum's listened to a bit of it, and she sat me down and she went, "You haven't really, have you?" And I was like, "No, Mum, of course I haven't." which is quite weird, but it's good. It's blown up as well. So, I mean, basically, like most people in lockdown, book writing, podcasting, and try not to kill each other has basically been what we've been doing for however long.
Yeah, but listen, what's it like having Richard and Judy as your outlaws?
Not outlaws.
I mean, your in-laws.
In-laws, same thing.
Well, depending on what day of the week it is, they could be outlaws. They're unbelievable, so supportive, incredible people, so intellectual. I'm not sure why they've approved of me, really, but there we are.
Well, listen, I mean, you and your wife, Chloe, you're both known for being super fit. And I think that we actually wanted to play a little bit of a game that will test your knowledge. So, James, next to you there, you've got several instruments. And what I'd like to know is how well do you know your equipment? So do you want to pick up any of those and just take a guess as to what it is? Do you know what that is? What would James Haskell do with that?
I don't actually know. Hang some of my ill-fitting clothes on it.
That's actually a normal-sized coat hanger for James.
My mighty wardrobe setup.
Yeah. What did Governor B? What do you think you would do with that?
I think it's a back scratcher or a trigger pointer. For like that trigger pointing thing, maybe.
Back
scratcher.
What you said?
It looks like a toy that my kid could play with. Holds the other end, I hold one of the ends.
Fishing people out of rivers or something like that.
I can reveal it's a fin hook, which is a self-massager.
I said self-trigger
You did.
pointer.
He was close, wasn't he?
You were very close, yeah, very close, yeah. But I mean, that's quite good because I doubt very much that you can reach that far
I
back,
can't.
can you?
I can't reach
Yeah.
anywhere, actually.
That's pretty good. We could take that home if
I
you
will
like,
actually
pal.
take that home.
Yeah, take that home.
Take that home in the cab.
Yeah.
Everything all right, Chief?
Yeah, it's very weird, very
I
weird
thought it
shaped
was-
cane.
I thought it was the stick you were left with when you're making an Airfix model and you break all the
Yes,
bits
it's true.
off.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Made my car to take me home off.
Right, next up, what do you want to pick? Go on then. Go on then, tell everyone about this one.
This is for quiet nights in with the missus. This is chapter 5 of Martin Kemp's book. When Roman's Away, it's called. This is a head strength thing.
What, so you do it with your neck?
Yeah, you put a dumbbell, put a dumbbell on it, and you do all that kind of stuff.
What is that strength? What
Yeah, you put a dumbbell on it. It's like neck strength, like that.
Oh my God!
yeah.
Right.
So keep this
Let's
on for the
see
rest
how
of
you get on with the next one.
What kind of
Horne
gyms are you guys
transformer.
going to? I've never seen any of this equipment in my life.
Isn't it? It's crazy. Right, Governor B, what do you reckon this is? Don't
I
bend
have
it. Don't
no
wait.
idea. What, you stand in it or something?
So, James, I can tell you.
Oh, hold on.
No. Right. Put your fingers inside the little finger holes in the side. You see there's like a grip? No, look in the inside by the yellow band.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So put your fingers in there,
Yeah.
right? So you want to flip it the other way. So flip it that way,
Yeah.
and then that rests on your shoulders, and then you pull out, right? And that is Wonder Arms, a total arm workout for toned arms with none of the strain.
I mean, this is full QVC, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
This will change your life. I'll tell you what it will change. You'll be on that boring blokes thing with that. You'll have no mates. You'll be photographing roundabouts by the end of the week.
The memes that are going to happen with your face right
That's
now.
it. I've done everything, haven't I?
Turn it off. James, so lovely to have you here. And James's book, What a Flanker, is out right now.
Now, with half term coming up, you might be looking for something to watch. Well, we have some great recommendations for you. In our best picks.
Yeah, so let's start with a brilliant watch on ITV2. It's back, we love it. Don't hate the players. It is the first UK TV show to feature an all-black, all-female panel. The show itself is so much fun, hosted by Rizzle Kicks' very own Jordan Stevens. Pits two teams against one another in games, challenges, all based around hip-hop culture. It's a lot of fun, check it out.
I'm so nervous. Culture, chaos, comedy. UK entertainment at its finest. Come on. Let's check in with our team captains. Lady Lisa. It's my jammer. You know how hard it is to bring up a child like Jordan in today's world? Have you ever crumbled in life? This biscuit is just your type.
Very good.
I love Jordan, don't you?
Hey, fantastic.
He's one of my favourite guys. Now, one for the family, The Right Stuff. Disney Plus. Now, this is about the incredible story of the early days of the US space program, right? It's based on the iconic bestseller by Tom Wolfe. Did you ever see the original movie?
No, never.
Oh, it's just absolutely amazing. It's about the Mercury 7, the 7 test pilots that NASA were looking at to become astronauts. And this story is about valor, it's about bravery. It's also to do with fame in a lot of ways, because it's about how these test pilots becoming astronauts became the most famous people in America, and how their families dealt with it as well. So it's a great watch. Let's take a look at the clip.
Astronaut. Astro meaning star, not Voyager. Nobody has ever seen anything like you men until now. Few things live forever in the soul of a country. You're heroes.
Very good. Okay, and you know it, you love it. It's absolutely mental. ITV2 Celebrity Juice is back with a new series. 2 new team captains as well, Emily Atack and a guest on our show that we had, Laura Whitmore. She is joining the one and only Keith Lemon for more chaotic fun and games. Right, Governor B, what can you recommend us?
I'm going to recommend a show called Emily in Paris. She's on Netflix. Huge fan, because I got home last week and my wife had watched a few episodes and she was in an amazing mood. Hadn't cooked dinner, hadn't tidied the house, and she was really happy. So I thought everyone's a winner.
Yeah, very good.
Parked myself on the sofa, not something I'd usually watch, but yeah, she was in a good mood. I was in a good mood.
Really liked it. Starring Lily Collins as Emily Cooper, a young American woman who is hired by a Paris marketing firm to give them an American perspective. James, what can you recommend us, bud?
It's been out for a little while, but it's got to be Sex Education.
Okay.
Love it. So funny. Gillian Anderson.
Why do you love it so much?
I just think, again, it's like talking about the taboos. I think we all went through those stages of kind of awkwardness. I think the cast is brilliant. I think it deals with lots of fun kind of issues, and it's really captivating. You actually really enjoy the characters, and you sort of want to see them do well.
I love it. I love it. It is so much fun. Otis, the main character in it, his mum, Jean, who is Gillian Anderson, is the sex education teacher for the school, which is beyond awkward. It's a lot of fun. Right, listen, time to take a break, but stay right where you are, because in a few moments, Taskmaster Alex Horne tells us about the whole new series and how it's had an upgrade. We'll see you then. Martin Roman's Sunday Best.
Our Mobile Award winner, Governor B, and James Haskell been here all morning.
Yes, and if you are wondering, don't worry, it's not just one giant chair. James just decided to wear the same coloured T-shirt as the chair. Yeah. But no, it is time to talk to our final guest. A few years ago, comedian Alex Horne decided to set other comedians completely surreal challenges, then just sit back and watch them lose the plot whilst filming. It's genius, really. It actually turned out he created a massive hit, and now, for its 10th series, it is making the move from Dave to Channel 4. Alex, welcome to the show! Hello, mate. Good to see you. Now, Alex, the 10th series of Taskmaster, I mean, for those people that have never seen the show before, how would you describe it?
Well, it's just 5 people being funny. There's no script. Me and Greg Davis are in charge of them, and it's just sort of unleashing them, really. So you see them being themselves, and normally being themselves mean being complete idiots, and the cleverest people are the worst at it. So it's stupid. It's not going to change the world, but it's a lot of fun.
It is so much fun. It's exactly what you need in times like this. Let's take a look at a clip.
So, after winning a BAFTA, you've gone from Dave to Channel 4. Did you ever think the show would get this big? You know, I mean, you started on the Fringe, didn't you?
It would be so weird if I said, yeah, I always thought we'd win a BAFTA. But no, it was just meant to be something to do. My wife had a baby, and I was stuck at home, you know, sort of enjoying it, but also thinking this isn't ideal. So I was desperate to do something different, and I sent emails to 20 comedians saying, let's do a thing for a year. But it was just meant to be a laugh. And it was when I got Greg Davis involved, it looked like it could do something, because he's so perfect for the role. He didn't realise, I think, how much he'd missed teaching, but he sort of brought that headmasterly quality out of him again. And yeah, I think we realised very early that comedians also are so competitive. However, having watched this show, James Haskell is the person I want on it next.
Hey,
mate, it's ridiculous.
I'm in. Get me up, sign me up.
Yeah. I mean, what dare I say? What's your favourite highlight from the show?
Well, Bob Mortimer was my favourite contestant, I think, and he had to write a song about a stranger. He walked into a room and there was a stranger there. He had 20 minutes to find out all about her and then write a song. It's quite I can't say what the name of his song was, but it's one of the funniest moments.
And what about, I mean, we've got to ask, what's your least favourite? What's the one that just didn't work out? You thought it was going to be great and it just didn't work.
Well, the thing is, I get put into a lot of awkward positions, which I know is my fault, but there was one which was Surprise Alex when he comes out of his shed in an hour. So I had to sit in my shed for an hour, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And the first guy, Rob Beckett, sprayed me with water while dressed up as an old woman. But the trouble is, it's quite hard. It's quite hard to be surprised 5 times in a row. So by the end, I was expecting it when Al Murray was naked hitting a gong. It kind of.
I love it. I love it. But you've also got you also perform with the Horne section. Just describe what you guys do.
Well, it sounds worse than it is. It's a comedy music band, and I'm actually in Ronnie Scott's. This isn't my living room. It's quite pretentious, but this is a jazz club, and. So it's comedy and jazz, which I would never go to, but it sort of works because I'm not musical, they are, and I take the mick out of them. and they take the mick out of me. So yeah, we're all old friends. There's 6 of us. We all went to primary school together, and it's just an excuse to get out of the house and muck about on stage.
Am I right in thinking you're at Ronnie Scott's this week?
Yeah, all this week, and then we've got a few more gigs up till Christmas, all socially distanced, but it's been interesting seeing the audiences just desperate for some live entertainment. And,
of course.
We're in a bubble, and we're making it work.
Of course, but Ronnie Scott's, I don't know, have you ever been there? One of the most beautiful venues in London. I mean, it really is. In fact, it was one of the first places I took my wife to.
Really?
First dates.
Very nice.
Me too, Martin. You can't not have a good time at Ronnie Scott's, and they need everyone's support at the moment. So they're open every night of the week. So do go down there.
For a second, I really thought that Alex, you were saying that you also took my mum to Ronnie Scott's. That's what I honestly thought. But mate, as well, you record a podcast with some great names, Sarah Pascoe and Ed Gamble as well. I mean, have you got more episodes lined up?
They are lined up. Although I would. I didn't know his was called The Good, the Bad and the Rugby. That is a much better name than our name. We've got... Who have we got? We've got someone called Reggie Watt from America in the next one, and then Mark Watson, the comedian. So we've got a load of people, and they come along and improvise with the band, and it's a lot of effort. Actually. There's always 7 people on it, and a lot of different instruments. So, yeah, please tune in, because we can't make any money out of it, because there's too many of us.
Hey, well, mate, Alex, thank you so much for joining us today. Let's hear it for Alex Horne, everyone. And Taskmaster continues on Channel 4 Thursdays at 9 p.m. But right now, it is time for our final game, and it is called Picture Perfect. Right, so for this game, we need an easel and a pen. That's one of those fancy things that artists draw you on. Now, you both have a list of music artists, and you have 45 seconds to draw as many as you can for my dad and I to guess. Okay? But there is one thing. You cannot draw portraits of that artist. You have to draw clues to match their names. Okay? The winner is the person with the most correct answers.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Governor B, how is your drawing?
Picasso-like.
Ooh,
I've been told.
Abstract.
Abstract.
James?
What you're painting with ease. Not something hitting, sign me up. Drawing, not so much.
James, you can go first. You got 45 seconds on the clock. On your marks, get set, draw.
Let's see. Right. Firstly, you're too big, you're in the way. Right. All right, what is that? Teapot. The world. The ice caps, vanilla ice, Arctic monkeys, yes! Hey. Yeah, next one. Next one, that was good. Right, keep going. Right, get out of the way, mate. Right, banana is, what is that? Oh, it's heat. Oh, chili, red hot chili peppers.
Yay!
Yes. Go on, yeah. What have we got here?
I know this one.
Crisscross, Scissor Sisters. Yes, yes. Well done. Okay, so Governor B,
Scott,
please take your start, sir. You have got 45 seconds on the clock. Okay,
right.
Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Go on, Dad, guess for him.
Man, banana, chili man.
kind of, but this is a girl.
Spice Girls.
You can't stop. You can't talk. You can't talk.
He asked me a question.
You can't talk.
He asked me a question.
No one likes a professional cheat.
What's that? A biscuit? Biscuit? Oh, a window? Shaped flags?
This is a steak. Yeah.
You can't. You can't talk.
Sorry.
Move on.
I can't believe I'm getting beat by James Haskell.
3, 2, 1.
I've been sabotaged here.
Yeah.
That's Guns N' Roses.
Clearly Guns N' Roses.
What was the one with the steak?
Well, this is a meatloaf, loaf of bread.
Come in, do me a favour, just sign that for me.
Yeah.
Sign that for me, because I'm going to keep that one. That is your version.
That's
of
my
meatloaf.
Picasso.
Well done.
Ronnie Maureen, over to you.
Romans 1, so it's an overall draw.
It's an overall draw. Well done. We'll take that. We'll take a bit of a draw.
That's your lot for today. But if you missed any of the show, you fancy just watching us all over again, you can catch up on the ITV Hub.
Yes, let's put our hands together. Thanks so much to our guests, Granny Maureen, James Haskell,
and Guvna B.
Yes, we are back next Sunday with comedian Sarah Pascoe and movie star Ben Hardy.
And I'll be reunited with my old TV wife, Tamsin Outhwaite. Thanks for spending your morning with us.
See you soon.
See you again.